What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Nerd Militia, where we do dope shit and read comic books. Nope, that's reverse. So, welcome back to the Nerd Militia, where we read comic books and do dope shit. And, let's fucking geek out. So, guys, this week in Nerd, we have kind of a lot to talk about. Man, some interesting shit has happened last week till today, which is, or to today, until today, to today, today, today. Yeah, I'll edit that shit out. Anyways, guys, so in the news, we have this talk of like the Snyder cut, right? It's come back again. If you guys have seen previous episodes of me talking about this, so now the king of self-service, Zack Snyder. Oh my god. And you know what, like, for those of you who are like, well, you know, he went through some shit and that's why he couldn't get his edit of Justice League out, like, cool, awesome. Well, not cool, awesome. I understand that happened. However, like, shit, how can I say this? There's one of two ways this is happening, right? This whole Snyder cut. First of all, let's say all the negative shit we can say about this fucking film. It was a shitty film. It was bad. Zack Snyder does not. Oh, fuck me. Shit. It's even a mixed bag to even say this. All right. Here, let me start it. Okay, so like Zack Snyder, I was gonna say he doesn't get superheroes. However, his interpretation of Batman would have been my interpretation of Batman. There. It's a take on Batman that nobody ever talks about, and this motherfucker is a violent, judgmental asshole, and I love that Zack Snyder used that. That being said, he does not get Superman whatsoever. It's beyond his reasoning. Side note, you know what? I'm not gonna dip into that. And I'll do a Superman deep dive some other time, but we're not gonna jump into that. But yeah, he just didn't understand how to do a team film. And to his credit, or to be on his side, yes, he was forced into this. He wasn't trying to do a Justice League film. Even said BVS was horrible, Justice League was horrible. And you guys know I'm a Superman fan, and I have told all my friends The Man of Steel was the worst Superman movie ever. Okay, so now that we got to do that. So now this thing is getting kicked up again. You have Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Flash, Aquaman, of course. They're all kicking up with this stuff to start the Snyder cut. Now, the thing to remember is Snyder had to leave the scene like early. Like, he didn't finish his cut, which means he never got to whatever his cut's visual effects were gonna look like. He didn't do. Joss Whedon came in and did all that. Like, all those reshoots they had to do, that was all done by Whedon. All those effects, Whedon, all of them done. So that means that, like, Snyder would have to shell out millions of dollars to edit new effects. And then, now, here's where the turn happens, right? So I just spewed out all this negative shit. It's gonna cost millions of dollars to do this. They were all horrible films. In my impression, I think it would be impossible to do, because in order to do what he's claiming that he wants to do or they're gonna put out, he would have to get all actors to do reshoots all over again. As far as I know, Ben Affleck is probably not gonna re-sign with Warner Brothers. I think Gal Gadot is doing the thing. I don't know if Ray Parker, or is it Ray Parker? Whatever, fucking Cyborg and Flash would come back. I'm sure those two would. They're not really doing anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, what else are you gonna do? But I say all that to say, if HBO and Warner Brothers are like gonna deal out this money and contract these guys back to give us a fucking Snyder cut, it would be semi-amazing. Just semi, because I know it would look good, it just wouldn't make sense. Like, I've always said this, Zack Snyder's a great picture taker, he does awesome effects, he just does not have the ability to tell a fucking story to save his life. So, yeah. So, I guess, like, it would look good, but it wouldn't make sense. And the other thing on the whole Snyder thing is, I feel like nobody really wants to see this, or this is like the meme kid thing. Like, it's like one of those things like where like somebody dares you to lick the frost off the post knowing that your tongue will get stuck type of situation, like that type of meme kid, because nobody wanted to see Justice League when it came out, or BVS when it came out. So it's kind of weird to me that like people want to see the Snyder Cut. So basically what I'm saying is like, you didn't want to see the Snyder Cut when Snyder was cutting it, but now out of nowhere you guys want to see the Snyder Cut. And like I said about the kid licking the frost off the pole, like I feel like the only reason why people are pushing this so they can have something else to talk shit about, like some more shit talk about Snyder's film. So I don't want it to happen. Like, you're just trying to give people are like egging you on knowing that you're gonna fucking fail, and they're doing it so they can laugh in your face. Don't let them laugh in your face. So moving on to more DC, we're gonna talk about that. So, Batwoman. Batwoman is a thing. It's happening. It's on the CW. Here's the thing. This is how I feel about all things CW and all things related to CW and DC. It should fucking stop. Like, everything should either be carted over to DC Online or DC Online, or DC, whatever the fuck their streaming service is called, or to HBO Max. And I think HBO Max should cannibalize that DC Online platform. Like, it shouldn't even be a thing. It should just be all in one platform. It should be on one thing. I don't know what it is with Warner Brothers and just like not wanting to follow what Disney is doing. Like, I get doing your own thing. That's awesome. Nobody should ever fucking trample on somebody's unique take on anything. Like, do your own thing for sure. But if somebody has like a winning combination and everything that you're doing is like failing, you should probably at least dip a toe over in what they're doing. And maybe copy it just a little bit. I mean, fuck, even Apple and Samsung and Apple like bite off each other from time to time. Like, it's okay to do that. And right now, I think they're suffering from it. So yeah, I think taking all, like, ending all of like CW, DC, anything, and just bringing it over to DC, whatever, HBO Max would be better. Because really, I love Titans more than I love anything that's on DC, CW. That shit's just trash. Like, Teen Titans, or Titans, however you want to call it, reminds me of the first season of Arrow. Like, they had their shit together, and I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay, so back to Batwoman. Batwoman falls under that umbrella of just bullshit. Now, what I don't like about this show is what it's doing to the YouTube and reviewers. Well, I can't even say I don't like it, because I kind of like it. It's kind of like exposing a lot of people. Oh, I kind of love exposure. Like, I think in our community, which is the geek, the nerd community, there is a level of like just ignorant racism, and I know. I mean, I'm in the community. I'm here. I'm live. I know what nerd shit is. I mean, like I've seen some shit in my nerd day, and you would think as a culture that fucking thrives on visiting like different planets and Star Trek and fucking Star Wars and X-Men, like we would be more open people, but fuck it, we're here. And Batwoman has kind of exposed that with other fucking reviewers. Batwoman is a shit show. It's horrible, it's bad, it's garbage, right? But I've noticed that instead of reviewers just saying like, it's a horrible show, it's written badly, they tend to dip in the pot of like, oh, this wokeness is horrible. I don't know why we're in the wokeness and the, oh, it's so feminist. Listen, motherfucker, like, I'm a person who really just hates weird ass fucking labels like that already to begin with. But I don't think we should totally trash people's movements or try to categorize them in like fucking novelty fucking movements. It's a horrible thing, and you should probably do fucking more homework on it and don't turn it into something to mock a horrible show. You see, because what Batwoman really is some old dude or lady's take on you. You see, some old guy is sitting in his fucking office and he's like, hey, these guys are really like thinking they should be equal, and these people are really thinking they should be equal. Let me capitalize on this and get a show written in my perspective of what you are. So it's not, this show is not trying to reach people. The show is trying to sell people. This is some rich person's version of Batwoman. Like, they've hired crappy writers to write a story on what they think our views are. So in that aspect, this Batwoman turns the lens on just ignorant, horrible reviewers who are in the community who just can't, who show their true colors, in which when they try to mock, like, you know, people fighting for equality, or, you know, this whole being woke into wokeness. It's very, like, I don't know, man, like, it's very Homo sapien, but we're over here trying to be Homo sapien superior, you feel what I'm saying? But yes, I agree. Batwoman is a trash, shitty show. There are 1,000,001 things that I would do differently than what they're doing on the show. First of all, I would make Lucas Fox, and I know why they went this route in Lucas Fox. I really do. It's because they already have that guy Dangle over the Arrow, who's like his assistant. He's a black guy. He's an assistant, but he's a badass. And I feel like in Batwoman, they were like, we're gonna make Lucas like the opposite. Like, he's this less badass brother, and he's nerdy. But they should have just made him a badass too. Like, they should have made him do something, man. I hope that in the later seasons, like, it gets better, if it even makes it to the next season. Bottom line, guys, it's a shit show. Batwoman's horrible. It's very horrible. From comic books, we go into the movies, and I recently saw Charlie's Angels. Oh my god, guys! Is it weird that I wanted this movie to be good? I really wanted this movie to be good. It was kind of like, I love Elizabeth Banks. I mean, like, fuck, Zack and Miri, Hunger Games. What I can say is she directed great, or whoever she got a choreography for her action, she is a great director, and she has a great choreography team for fight scenes, because her fight scenes were some of the most realistic fight scenes I've seen. And I know you guys are like, in Charlie's Angels? I'm like, yes, in Charlie's fucking Angels. And it's that good in that aspect. Also, they have some really cool fucking gadgets and shit like that. All that stuff was great. The cast wasn't bad. The cast was awesome. It was just, the story was just, I don't even want to say the story. It was honestly lacking the original Angels. This movie would have been better if there was like something other than spoilers. There was something other than just photos. Like, I think Drew Barrymore is an actual producer on this film, and had she shown up, this film would have done amazing. And I know that Cameron Diaz is kind of like stepping away from acting, or has stepped away from acting, but I mean, there was a dance number in this film, and if she just popped up in that dance number, that would have been amazing. Even Lucy Liu, like, to me, oh man, I don't want to give a lot away, and I know I said spoiler alert, but like, still, it's a decent film. It's just not worth $10 to go see it. And it seems like Elizabeth Banks, she made this movie, she wrote the fucking screenplay, and I just wanted this movie to see, because I really loved the Charlie's Angels films growing up, 1 and 2, and I was like, why didn't we ever get a 3? Man, I loved it. But she wrote this script, and I don't know what the fuck happened, man. But there's just a lot of choices in this film that I would change too. But it was still okay. It just wasn't great. And she left it open-ended and wrote it in such a way that there would be a part 2. But it's not. If it does, it would be a miracle. But it's not gonna be a part 2. So from movies, we're gonna segue into the world of nerd, and more into the world of nerd. We're gonna dive in here. We're going deep down. We're gonna talk about Pokemon. So Pokemon came out on Friday, guys. I got it. I've been playing it. My birthday was Sunday. As soon as I got back from celebrating my birthday, I was on this fucking game all fucking day. Like, dear God, it is addictive. It's Pokemon. So, here we go, guys. There's a lot of complaints going around about graphics and all this other bullshit. Like, oh, why doesn't it have this on it and blah, blah, blah. Listen, guys, I remember Pokemon where it was just like fucking black and white. What we have now, to me, is fucking amazing. Like, I dig it. I think it's dope. However, there are some points that I think that could be improved on, but it has nothing to do with the graphics or the national decks being gone. Like, to be fair, like, there's always, in every Pokemon iteration, I mean, like, I feel like there was always like a subtraction of certain Pokemon. Like, fuck, I remember at the very beginning of a few of the games, like, we weren't even allowed to catch the starting 3 from the OG game. I would think like every new one you could, but like, nope, you weren't able to fucking catch a wild Squirtle or a wild Charmander or a wild Bulbasaur for so fucking long. So not having a national dex was not a deal to me. I mean, I love the idea of like going around catching these new Pokemon and figuring out how these new Pokemon work. So that's not where it bugs me. What bugs me is there's no grind anymore. Like, you automatically start off with like XP share. Remember that device that you would have to go find in order to have all your Pokemon leveled up, even though they didn't compete in the battle? That's gone. It's like, it takes like some of the grind out of the game. I remember, like, if you wanted to get a Pokemon to evolve, like, you had to use them, you had to grind or find 99 rare candy or something. But now it's just like, you can literally play this game with 1 or 2 Pokemon and never use your whole team, and they'll all level up consistently. Like, I think that's not good. The other thing, hidden items are everywhere, and you no longer need a device for that. Like, you can just find items. Like, they're literally Pokeballs, hills, revivals. All these things are everywhere, and it kind of like just knocks out the need for even using the Pokemon Mart. Like, that's weird. Other than that, guys, this game was amazing, and like, I'm still playing it, and I actually love it. And I think, like, for this being like, because apparently this game was made by the B team of Game Freak, so if this is the BT game, I can't wait to see what other iterations of the Switch run of Pokemon is going to be. Because if we ever get an A team on this game, and it's going to be amazing, because B team has set the low bar. Like, I'm not to say that it's low, the game is low in any way, but the bar is set here, and they have all the room to go up, so it's going to be amazing. So I can't wait for that shit. Alright guys, so that's the news for today, man. You know, as usual, guys, like, thanks for stopping by. Be sure to stay to the end. I'm gonna replay a video I made about like the giveaways that I have coming up, so you guys don't forget, please, to be a part of these giveaways. Just like and subscribe, leave a comment down there, and don't forget to share this video as usual. I think, yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by. Stay excellent.